Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. I've been working on a special project for a while, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. It's a 6x6 SCX24 crawler. On this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how I built the rig, why I built it the way I did, and how I actually achieved a 67-degree incline at the end of the video. So definitely stay tuned to the whole thing. Okay, first off here, I'm going to be installing a 23% overdrive gear in the front axle, which is a Injora overdrive gear. So basically you just have to remove the front diff cover. This gear here needs 2 rubber bands, 1 on each end. And definitely you're going to want to add some grease because these are new parts and they're not going to have any grease on them, just to keep that running smooth. Check that to make sure it's running and turning smoothly. And we're going to be adding this Treal brass diff cover on the front. This thing is extremely heavy, and I'll add a lot of front end weight down low where needed. There's the final product. I have the Injora Brass Steering Knuckles, the Treal Brass Diff Cover. Everything is turning and flowing smoothly. Now we're moving toward the middle axle of the 6x6. We're going to be adding a through gear here so that it can have a drive shaft connected to the front and the rear. And as you see here, this diff cover will have a hole in it. Actually, that comes with the Meus Racing carbon fiber 6x6 chassis that I'm going to be using here. Again, make sure you put the rubber bands on each end. You're going to have to add some grease to the new gears you're installing. There will be no overdrive in this middle section. Okay, everything is installed, and as you can see, this runs through both sides of the axle. Okay guys, I'm just gonna go over the crawler that I just built, the 6x6. It came out fantastically. This chassis looks really good. I'm gonna go over everything step by step with you on why I did what I did and why I installed parts the way that I did. So first off, I used the brushless Mofo RC ROP Pancake motor and a Lizard Pro ESC. I used just my Fly Sky receivers that I use all the time with my Fly Sky GT3B remote. The carbon 6x6 Meus racing chassis. So basically, I'm gonna clean all these wires up once I figure out everything and how I want it to permanently be. So basically, I use the Injora Brass skid plate and Injora Brass high clearance links in the front, and I use the Injora aluminum high clearance links in the rear. These are Gladiator rears, Gladiator fronts, and also Gladiator rears here. And the reason I did this is because I want the front to weigh a lot more than the rear to get a better incline. Basically, the front end on this, the rear on the 6x6 is going to be very heavy. So you want to put as much weight in the front as you can. You know, and my battery will also be mounted permanently in the front once I figure out all the positioning on that. I have these rear Injora shocks facing at a very slanted angle, and I have them on the stiffest springs, and the reason being there is on your inclines, if you're using the soft or medium rear springs here with all that weight, when your crawler is on that incline, these are going to compress very easily, causing your crawler to flip over backwards because it's just not enough strength on the softer springs to use this. So, you know, because this crawler is heavy, you're going to get all the flex you need with these stiff springs, and you want them to be stiff. The stiffer they are, the less easy it is for this thing to tip over. Remember that. I did my rear steer here. And also, another thing I want to point out is you don't have to actually have a 6, 7, 8 channel remote to get rear steer. You know, you can actually just use a when you're hooking up your servos to your Y splitter on the rear servo, you can just use a reverse servo circuit. Basically, this thing just reverses the direction of the servo without you having to take the servo apart or actually having to have a 6, 7 channel remote. I'll link these in the description. They work very well. I also did front brass rings in the front wheels, but normal aluminum rings in the rears just to keep that weight in the front. And basically, I also used an Injora front drive shaft and Injora rear drive shaft here, and an Injora rear drive shaft here. But as you saw earlier, I had to grind this one down with a Dremel because basically I'm Frankensteining this together, and it's just not going to be exact measurements here for the stock part. So basically, you might have to do some cutting and need some tools, or you might have to purchase a smaller clearance link, like maybe a Bronco rear, for instance. But this thing came out very well, and it is very capable at this point. And I'll do a drive video on the course and a couple tests just to show you how everything's running. Okay, so let's check out the rear steer here. And look at the great turning radius you have off of this. Remember, that's a 6x6. There's no way that should be able to turn on a dime like that. It's crazy. For the length of the vehicle, that turning radius is really amazing. Okay, I'm going to jump on the course here, and like I said, I'm going to be cleaning these wires up once I figure out the permanent position that everything's going to be in. But just to do a test run on the course here. Trying to line this thing up. It's pretty long here. Okay, got it that time. and all the way to the finish line. Okay, 60-degree incline test. Easy. No limiting strap yet. 62 degrees. And that was a fail. Let's try to put on a limiting strap on the front, see what happens. 62.4 limiting strap. With ease. $65.2 lemming strap. Insane. Let's go for 67. Probably. Let's go for 67. Probably impossible. Let's try it. Nope. And let's do 66 here. Might actually be doable. Wow. Crazy. Let me try 67 again. And we're going to try to just ease into it. I don't think it's possible, but worth a try. Wow. Struggling, but wow. This is a combination of weight on the front end and a 23% overdrive in the front wheels. That is a big key to this. Without that overdrive, the back wheels and the front wheels will be spinning at the same speed, and the front wouldn't catch grip and would flip over easily. I'm gonna go for 68 here. looks like it wants to do it. It's pretty crazy. It's just not gonna do it. Alright guys, I hope you liked that video. If you have any questions, just ask in the comments. And definitely like and subscribe to the channel for future builds. I'm actually going to be doing a part 2 of this video and adding a body to the SCX 6x624 scale. So definitely stay tuned for that video in the future. And like and subscribe.